Maybe you're not sincere. Everything is sensitive. You cannot tell anybody. Some people are born to interpret everything negatively. You know? Anything you say will be interpreted negatively. So how this judgment comes in? Why do you judge? Why do you fall? Why do you make? So this all comes with the mind level. Intellect level, the program talks about how to develop your own intellect, meaning how to develop your own creativity. How to develop your own ability to give. Suppose the son is watching television. How do you creatively tell him not to watch it? He's stopping this program. Oh wow, this is going to be exciting. So therefore, each of this domain teaches some part of it which is empowering the adult and then empowering the children. Okay. Why do we need to do this? Is because situation. One thing is for sure. My child is okay, but I send him to the school. Other children are corrupting my child. We notice something like that. Your car is straight going on the road. Others can knock on you. What can you do? So why is this possible? Because everything is like a spider's web now. The world is a spider's web. What does it mean by mentioning spider's web? It means that the whole thing is that all of us are interconnected. So why we are spending so much time? Your children become better, your families become better, then your child improves. We can be rest assured. You think we are talking to 30 or 20 people. No. We are talking to about 200 people. Why? Because if your child improves, then definitely your sister or brother will notice the change in the child. And then they ask, why your child is then you go ParentCare. Then the others want to know that. The transformation will begin in the society. So everybody will come to know. So the world is connected. We cannot no more live in our own isolation. And by the way, the science is also telling us, those people who live not socially connected, those people who live very selfishly, self-centered, and people have become very self-centered now. You know, I mean, how many houses, how many of you got this alarm clocks in your house, alarm bell in your house? when you go off, you key in the number and you hand it. Have you noticed when your alarm goes off, anybody comes up to check it? There is nobody. You can put your alarm on and you stand outside, you can find nobody will come and see. Very interesting, you know. But the purpose of the alarm is to alarm everybody so that the house is still under some threat. Please come and see. Nobody will come and see. In fact, they'll come and see at the end of it because it's such a nuisance. You want to know what is this noise. As a result of it. That is why thieves nowadays, when they come into the house, they got no problem. They'll be chewing a chiclet and they know that nobody is so honest. So, that is what it's called. Those days, one kampung you go, you know, those days, olden days, 15, 20 years, you go to one village, small village, say, come in, yeah, Karpaya, what do you think? Karpaya, the Punaka, Mother Punaka, maybe best Have you seen? The whole biography is known to the community. There's no hiding. Why is that? Because those days they connected like this so well. Today we are living in so isolation. So what the whole idea of this program is to teach the child that you are not living alone. Whatever you do has got an effect in the world. And this part is called the educare concept. And the educare concept is to teach the child that if you do this now, it will have an effect later on. And that ultimately is going to be the only guiding force, because the father and mother is not going to be around with the child until old age. Because at some point they will depart. So they will only have this as the guiding force. And many of the parents will leave only this as a result. Now, this is a very important point. Okay, thought, desire, action. So this is what it is. So if you want to materialize anything in your child, this is a very important process. This is how it seems God created the world. God created the world by first He has a very strong thought, He created a desire and manifested it action. So if you want to radiate a thought very strongly, vibrate with a desire, but materialize that action. This is the process by which you do it. How do you translate this philosophy into normal? Which means to say, you must look at your child with that potential. If you look at the child as this is my child, even then that's it. When you yourself doubt your own child, that's it. So therefore, what is the point here? What we are saying is that you must radiate. You must, if you want to materialize something for your child, you must really see it in that way. See with so much of love, feeling. You anchor the child at the feeling level, the fellow can never go wrong. You anchor him at the intellectual level, there's a good chance that he will go. Feeding level is a very important level. That feeding level is catching level. So this is how God created the world. By radiating, vibrating, materializing. So radiating thought, desire, action. So if a child is not performing or not doing well or not doing according to your action, so in your own altar, what are you sitting down? How much time are you spending focusing on your child and bringing what you want to see in the child very clearly, and you are radiating that kind of thought. If you continuously do that, you'll find that the child will get it. So that kind of manifestation is what this program. So very slowly, thousands of motivation. So radiation, vibration, visualization. So educare principle starts with what we call the inside-out approach. It is not now, we are now no more controlling from outside. We are now saying we are changing ourselves first before touching the child. So we have no right to tell anybody else, don't get angry if we have not control of temper. And so that is how we do meditation. Like one auntie has said, auntie, you do meditation? Yes. So what is the effect? Is now I am able to control my temper, Suresh. Nothing can affect me. Really, no. How long do you meditate? No. Morning 30 minutes, afternoon 30 minutes. And where you sit in the altar? Every day, every day. Monday, Monday. Tuesday, Tuesday also. Wednesday, Wednesday also. Thursday, Thursday. Weekday, weekday also. Holiday, holiday also. Weekend, weekend also. Anytime where we go outside also I do that. Morning, evening also. Every day. Suresh, I'm telling you, see, I meditate every day. I don't get angry. What's wrong with you? So it is inside out approach. Okay, so the inside and no control outside. Okay, so the other one is that the program brings up the child. You see, unless this entire child, what happens is, unless we become childlike, we cannot appreciate that. We must sit and watch with the children cartoon, then we will enjoy the cartoon. That means we must be able to be this program brings, you become very childlike. Many parents, many children after the program have come forward to testify that their parents have transformed them. They find that the parents have changed, it seems, and the parents have become very good, it seems, according to the children's perspective. So why? Is because the program brings up the child in you. That means we go back to our own self and see whether how when we were children, how will we behave. So what we have forgotten very often is that at one stage of our life, we have become child, but we forgot that role. Now we are taking this role of father, mother, and your responsibilities and all that. But the point is, you keep all the time focusing on that is what the program brings up. And every child is different, you know. See, I don't know whether, let me just bring up, since most of you are Hindus and Indian. You see, if you have four children's Lagna will be different in the horoscope. You know, one child will have Leo ascendant, one in August or one at some point. Some child will have very Virgo ascendant or Virgo Rasi or something like that. So each child is different. Now I give the same love who asked you to give the same love. That's not correct. The Leo fellow will be very boastful, very esteem will be very strong. So that fellow you must cut. The guy who has got low esteem now, you must make sure that the guy's esteem is increased. So in order to know this child is different, you must start to operate from the fifth bliss, you know, the bliss sheet. When we operate from the bliss now, we develop what we call intuitive. And that is called intuitive parenting. That is that you just know that this child requires this part, that child requires that part. So it is not correct to give the same love because the same flowers, in your garden there are 5 different types of flowers requiring 5 different kinds of manure and 5 different kinds of water treatment and all that. So they are different. Why they are different? Because they came differently at different points. They all have the package and all that comes in. So each one is different. So how to know what to give unless we develop our own intuition? And that can only be touched when we take you to the bliss sheet. So from the bliss we develop the intuition. That's called intuitive parenting. So that is what, and when you know intuitive, you find that every child is very different. Every child is very unique. No child is no different, but every child is special in its own way. Subtly you get greater the influence. Very interesting. If you operate only at the physical, sit down, if you sit down, if you don't do that, then you watch it, okay, you hold the cane. So that is very gross at the physical level. So that kind of thing, once you move away, you will find that the child will go back to doing what. So that kind of control only takes place only partially, if not a little bit. But subtler influence, if you get to the lower